Hey guys, it's your girl Ariel Versace, and I am here with Wet n Wild Presents, and we are using their new Fantasy Maker collection today to create the perfect, glamorous, kooky, looky, and spooky Halloween look. Today I'm here with my girl Jessica. Now I got a question for you. When you're doing your everyday makeup, what is the most important thing to you about makeup?
I really love a good highlight. I want to blind everybody.
You want the kids to see it from the other side of the street? Totally relatable content. We love a good highlighter. So I'm thinking of a beautiful, sexy, glamorous, evil mermaid. How do you feel about that?
Love that.
So the first thing we're gonna put on Jessica is a little bit of primer, and because you want the makeup to last all night, we're gonna be partying, or we're gonna go trick-or-treating, get some candy. We're gonna be using the Wet n Wild sponges. Now these are airbrush sponges, and these are really cute because they have really cute Halloween packaging on them, which I love. So I'm using the airbrush sponge to apply the primer, and I'm doing that just because we really wanna push the product into the skin and penetrate the pores, and it's just a really good, even way to put it on. Next, we're gonna be applying a little bit of the Photo Focus foundation to Jessica because we wanna get a nice, flawless complexion. You want everything to look nice and flawless and pretty. You don't want like any lines showing. Yikes. I'm screaming that my Botox is gone. And I can move my forehead, that's despicable. Next, I'm gonna be taking 2 shades of the Photo Focus concealer, and we are going to be contouring and highlighting Jessica. So I'm gonna apply the lighter shade first under the eyes, and we are going to contour the outside because we want to look. Now I'm gonna be using a darker concealer to give her a little contour. So we're gonna do around the forehead, cheekbones, nose, and I'm kind of using the rounded edge for, you know, blending out, and the tip one for precision. We really want the eye colors to pop, so I'm gonna be taking the liquid eyeshadow, the liquid catsuit in the shade white, and I'm gonna be popping this all over the eyelid so that way we get a nice white base so that all the colors that we use today are really gonna pop. Now I'm gonna take this Wet n Wild concealer brush, and we're just gonna evenly disperse the pigment all over the eyelid. So because we want Jessica to look like a beautiful mermaid aquatic womana, we are going to be using this eyeshadow palette, and this is in the shade The Boo Crew. And I'm gonna kind of tap into this teal shade here, and we're gonna use this for Jessica's crease. Now I'm gonna tap into the Wizards in Training palette because it has this really nice bright white in here, and we're gonna use this to really brighten up the inner corner, under the brow bone, all that stuff. Now we're just gonna put this white here because it's gonna make the eyes appear more awake, larger. The eyeshadows are like really blending out nicely. They're really creamy and buttery kind of in texture, and that's nice because you don't have to do a whole lot of work. So if you are an expert, you're a beginner, this is really gonna work for everyone. Now I'm just taking a little bit of black from that same palette, and we're just really defining that crease to make it nice and sharp. So Jessica, when you're not becoming an evil mermaid, what do you do during the day?
I'm a personal trainer.
I'm gonna have to hit you up. I'm trying to get on like this fitness fish journey. Ooh. So yeah, I think that I'm gonna be ocean ready to join you and the Mermaid Sisters pretty soon. Do you want me to be like holding something? I'll hold this little brush. Welcome back to my channel, Fantasy Maker. The next thing we're gonna do is add some drama under Jessica's eye because the top is looking so fierce, so we wanna make the bottom match, and I'm gonna tap into the Wet n Wild paint palette, and this is limited edition for Halloween, and this is the color Metallics. And I'm gonna take one of these blues, and we're just gonna use that to prime under the eye area, and it's super shiny, which is pretty. It almost looks like mermaid tears. Actually, that's what we're doing. We're doing a little bit of mermaid tears. All right, Jessica, girl, I don't know about you, but when I think about mermaids, you gotta get a little bit wet. So we wanna give her skin a really nice dewy wet look. So we're gonna use this. So to do this, to achieve this, we're gonna be using some sickening highlighters. Now we are going to be using the beautiful highlighting powder from Wet n Wild. Now I remember when these first came out, you could not find these anywhere because they like blew up online. I went to like all the local like stores in my town. Nobody had them. I was pissed AF. The Jersey girl jumped out at me real quick. But on you, I think I'm gonna mix 2 colors together because 2 is always better than 1. So we're gonna be using Blossom Glow and Bloom Time on Jessica. Concentrate this all over the cheek. Pretty. Ew. Just kidding, not ew. Oh my God, she's like... All right, now I wanna give Jessica like a really sickening ombre lip, so I'm gonna be using the Mega Last Liquid Catsuit lipsticks. And Jessica has really nice, full, beautiful lips, so we're not gonna do any overdrawing on that, but you can feel free to. If you have some thin, villainous lips, just go get lip injections. Now that we have the lips fully lined, we're gonna go back in, we're just gonna tap in and take a little bit more of that pigment, and we're just gonna kinda swipe it inwards. Now that we have that black color nice and ombre on there, we are gonna tap into that green color, Emerald City, to make it a little bit more aquatic, if you will. Now we're gonna use one of the really cool products from this collection, and this is the Shade Shifting Blush. Now these are really cool because they're kind of like that duo chrome kind of finish. So you could either use this alone as blush, or you can use it what I like to call like a blush topper. So putting a color down and then just kind of adding that sheen on top of it. And you can see not only does it kind of intensify the contour, but it adds like a really pretty plum color to the cheek. We're gonna go ahead and add scales. So anywhere where I want there to be like a cluster of scales, we're gonna apply this blush. Now here's the fun part. Jessica and I are gonna get a little kinky, and we're gonna take this fishnet to get that kind of fishy scale vibe on the face. Now we're gonna tap back into our The Boo Crew palette. We're just gonna use a really pretty mix of greens. My tip would be try to keep the fishnet as still as possible. You don't want it to shift or else the scales are gonna get messed up. I'm like trying to see the camera. I'm like, am I going cross-eyed? Hello, hold on. All right, guys, so we are almost done. So I'm just gonna do a couple finishing touches to the special effects aspect, and I'm gonna be taking this liquid liner, and we're gonna be giving kind of like an infected look to the eye with some black speckles, so it really looks like she was going through it in the sea kelp, sweetie. All right, guys, I've gotten Jessica party ready. Girl, are you ready to see?
I'm nervous.
Here you go, fish.
Ooh! You are the cut crease queen.
So if you guys want to 100% feel your fantasy this Halloween season, make sure you pick up a couple pieces from the Wet n Wild Fantasy Makers collection so you too can be 100% that witch.
Or mermaid.